Welcome to the Fabulous 50s and Beyond. I'm your co-host, Jim Pollard, with my wife, Janetta. Today we're going to be talking about the 27th Annual Purchase Area Senior Games. They're going to be held May the 14th through May the 18th in Paducah, Kentucky. Our guest is Jamie Smith. You stay tuned and we'll be right back.
And he'd say, go with what you got. Start from where you are. Give it your best shot. Keep reaching for that star. Get in the race, keep your own pace, keep moving and never stop. Just go, go with what you got.
Welcome back. Every year about this time we try to talk about the senior games, the Purchase Area Senior Games. This year we've got a new chairperson.
That's right.
And a new location.
That's right.
In fact, it's never been held at this location before, has it?
Correct. This will be the first year.
Okay, Jamie, tell us about where it's going to be held and something about it.
Well, this year the first kickoff day is Monday, May 14th, and it is going to be held here in Paducah this year. We've come back to Paducah, but this year we have it at a new location. It's going to be at the Paducah Regional Sports Plex. That's out there past the mall, right across from where they're building the new McCracken County High School. And the great thing about this is that it's all going to be held indoors. So we don't have to worry about if it's raining or if it's cold or if it's too hot. Everything will be inside except for the cycling, which we will have an area outside for the cycling part of it. But everything else that day is going to be held inside. So hopefully there's no reason why people don't show up.
That's interesting. And I think it's going to be a little bit different.
Yes.
People are not going to expect, you know.
Yeah, before in the past it was kind of hard with Paducah. We had to transport people back and forth. You know, we used Tillman track for track and field, but then they had to run over to the Civic Center to play the rest of the games, and the opening ceremonies was always at the Civic Center. So this puts it all under one roof here in Paducah. So we're really excited to see what everybody thinks about it this year, and we hope that the seniors enjoy it.
Well, I think the less confusion, the better for seniors, since I am one.
And the Paducah Regional Sportsplex, wonderful inside. I don't know if you all have ever been in there or not,
No, we
but
haven't.
they have a huge field inside. They've got several basketball courts. They have an area in the back where we're going to be able to have the ceremonies and lunch, so it'll all be separate. So it's such a vast location there. I mean, there's just so much room. And I think when we first started talking about it, we were concerned, but a lot of the people on the board weren't really for sure about it. And I kept telling them how large this place is. And so once we went out there and looked at it, they agreed. They were like, wow, this is really, really big. And everything can just fit right under one roof.
Well, I know that has been a problem from time to time in the past because we've been associated with the games for a lot of years.
Right.
And if it rains, and if you're in Murray, then you got to try to get in the senior center, and it's not that large.
Right.
It's accommodating, but just not that large.
Right.
And then I mean, I can remember rain, I can remember cold.
2 years ago it was really cold and rainy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was really a problem. So the dates are May the 14th through the 18th.
Right. The first day is that May 14th. That's when we'll have the opening ceremonies with Santa, which you'll be there to do that with us. And you're always a big hit with everybody. Everybody loves to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then the rest of the week we have some different activities, but they're not all held in Paducah. They're held throughout the purchase area.
And go ahead.
You'll be having about the same things going on that you usually have?
We will. The first day we'll have some fun games there that people can play, like cookie stacking.
Hanging the clothes.
Hanging clothes.
Yes.
Then for those that are real serious, you know, we've got the track and field events, which I think some of those people that participate in it, they could probably beat me running. They're pretty good at it.
They are.
Yeah. And then of course you've got the basketball shoots, softball throw, shot put. We've got washers and horseshoes. So there's a variety of things that people can come. Marble shooting. There's so many different games and activities for them to participate in. And then we'll have lunch provided that day. Magic Valley Barbecue is catering that for us this year. And so we'll have barbecue sandwiches again, and then, you know, coleslaw, beans, baked potatoes or not baked potatoes, but potato salad. And then we'll have some ice cream there from Paducah Bank. They're going to bring the ice cream truck out. And then that afternoon we'll have bingo while we're waiting to tabulate all the scores, and then we'll give out the awards. We'll give out the ribbons and the medals that day for those events.
Bingo is big.
Bingo is big. Everybody loves it. We've got tons of bingo prizes donated, so it should be a good time.
One of my favorite things is the massages. Will they be back?
They will. We will have some chair
good.
massages. Yes.
That's great.
Sun Touch Enterprises comes out and does those for us, and yes, they are on the calendar to be there. So they're
Which
excited.
hospital is going to be there this year doing that?
Western Baptist Hospital and Leeward's Hospital will be there doing some screenings for us. So we'll have a couple of different screenings that will be provided that day. So you can come out and make sure you're healthy too.
They do blood pressure and they do blood sugar.
Yes, they haven't decided yet what they're really going to do this year, but probably blood sugars, blood pressure, maybe cholesterol. It just kind of depends. They might do cholesterol this year since it's right here and it's all inside. It's a good location for them to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But all those are good for seniors to
Definitely.
be tested on.
Definitely.
And they can get it done for free. That's another thing too.
Right.
That they can get it done for
Right.
free. What are some of the other activities you're doing? I noticed on Monday we know what pretty well Monday is.
Right. Monday's a whole day.
Yeah. And then Tuesday, it's bowling.
Bowling, and this year we've moved that location. It's always been in Mayfield at the strike zone. This year we've moved some activities around. So this year bowling's coming to Paducah. It's going to be at Cardinal Lanes this year, and it's a little cheaper this year too. So we're hoping more people come out and participate in bowling. And then on Tuesday, I believe there's another activity that day.
That's disc golf. Now, is that new this year?
It's not new. I think we started this 2 or 3 years ago, and we've had it at Mike Miller Park in the past. But it's kind of hilly. We can only play like the front 9 there, and they were kind of steep with some of the holes with that. So this year it's moved to Crest Creek Park in Mayfield, and that's relatively flat all through there. It's a pretty nice course, and they've got a pavilion reserved there as well.
Yeah, I know the Mike Miller Park course was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, sometimes it's hard for seniors to climb up hills.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we wanted to make it, as safe as possible, and with it being flatter, perhaps more people will be able to participate, because that was one of the big things in the past. We always let people know how steep it was at Mike Miller, and people love that course there at Mike Miller. It's a very nice course, but it is sometimes tricky. So we're hoping maybe this year it'll give more people the advantage to be able to come and take part of that.
And then Wednesday is tennis, and it's at Mayfield.
It is, yes. It's held there every year, and Margie Weldon's in charge of that, and she really enjoys doing that each year. So they do singles and doubles there. So definitely, if you like to play tennis or just want to give it a try, sign up for it.
That would be give it a try.
There you go. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be perfect for any of this, for sure.
And then on Wednesday, shuffleboard down at Murray.
Yes, they'll be doing that at the Week Center, which is the Senior Citizen Center down there. They'll be doing that there, and they'll serve you lunch as well that day.
Oh, okay. And then the golf tournament.
The golf tournament this year is moved to Murray. So we switched the games back to Paducah, and so the golf tournament's moved to Murray. It's going to be at the Murray Country Club this year. Lunch is going to be catered by Sirloin Stockade. And I think it's $35 to participate in the golf this year. But that includes breakfast, lunch, and then we've got some great door prizes also donated for that tournament as well.
You always have a lot of door prizes, don't you, for different things?
Yes, we have a great board, and the board really goes out and works at trying to get some good door prizes donated. So we've had some great ones donate this year. We've had a lot of people offer some money, and so we've been able to purchase some great gift cards with that money as well for door prizes.
That's great. Now, I did not know that the Murray Hospital had a swimming pool. So the swimming's going to be there.
They have a wellness center that kind of sits catty corner to the hospital there in Murray. So it's the Health and Wellness Center, and they've got a great pool in there. And so each year that's where we hold the swimming competition. And so it'll return there again this year.
And of course, the billiards goes back to Paducah.
Yes, Miss Gwild over at the Senior Center takes care of that every year for us. And so this year we have eliminated the table tennis from that, but billiards will still be there that day.
Well, they have a nice facility and they have good pool tables. I mean, they keep them up to date. And there's some pool sharks in that center, I can tell you.
You're right. They take billiards pretty seriously.
I always look for the people who come in their shorts, you know. I know those are the real
running
runners,
shorts.
and watch out for them.
Yes, yeah, you're definitely right, for sure.
Now, I think if somebody's watching this the first time and don't know anything about the senior games, they probably need to know that there are age brackets that they qualify in.
There are. We have age brackets from 50 all the way up, and it's in increments of like 50 to 54, 55 to 59, so on and so forth. We have categories for men and women. We also have categories for physically challenged. So, and on the brochure that they can get, which there's going to be a website that they'll show later where they can go and download the brochure and print it off. It shows you what categories are for physically challenged as well. So you have a really good chance of getting a ribbon or a medal in your age category because it's handed out for each age category.
Yeah.
Let me say that we will have this up on our website too.
Great.
Which is thefabulousfifties.net, and we will where they can download it and print it also. It's the fee is now $7, right?
It is. It's gone up $1. You know, the cost of everything kind of goes up, and so we've just slowly increasing it. It was always $5 for so long, and so unfortunately we've had to raise the price of it over the years, but we're doing it very slowly. So this year it is $7 for in-state, and then it's $12 for out of district.
And
go ahead.
They will still get the T-shirt.
They will. Yep.
Okay,
And
good.
this year it's going to be a colored T-shirt.
Oh, really?
We have a collection of T-shirts at home.
So
Well, and you guys will especially like this year's color because it's red.
oh, good. So that includes T-shirt and lunch.
T-shirt and lunch, correct, and
Yeah.
plus all those great prizes, and
Right.
there's so much that goes into it. People probably aren't really aware of all the work that goes into
Well,
doing
now,
it.
are the state games going to be back here this year too?
We are fortunate enough to have the state games back in our area again. It's going to be in Murray. This will be the second year for it to be in Murray, and so that'll be in October, the first week of October, and then next year it will move.
Well, that's a good thing to know because if they qualify,
They
they
get to
won't
go to
have far to
Nashville.
go, and they go to state
Right.
games
Yeah.
in a local area also.
Right, and the state games are qualifying this year, so they can qualify for nationals, and so that's always a big deal for people.
So if you qualify for state, do you automatically qualify for national?
Anybody can participate in the state games. You don't.
Okay.
It's not just if you
It's not an elimination
medal,
process.
right? It doesn't matter if you medal or not in the local games. These are just kind of fun, but the state ones are the serious ones. So if you enroll in the state games and you go, and then if you place at state, then you go on to nationals.
Very good. Well, we're going to take a break here, and we're going to have a little commercial here, and you stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Travel advisories to small business loans, retirement savings to Medicare coverage, ID theft protection to contacting elected officials, student loans to taxes online. Whether you have information to get or ideas to give, USA.gov is the official place to connect with your government. From surplus car auctions to finding a new job, our new mobile apps will keep you updated on the go. So, from marriage records to passport applications, veterans benefits to birth certificates, patent applications to energy-saving ideas, product recalls to home buying tips. Check out USA.gov because the country runs better when we stay connected.
guest today is Jamie Smith, and she's the chairperson for the 27th Annual Purchase Area Senior Games. It's interesting that I say the 27th because I was talking to a guest that we had a couple of months ago, and they were just having like their 5th or 6th senior games. I said, we celebrated our 25th 2 years ago.
Right.
You know, so it's been around in our area for quite a while. I guess we ought to tell them that they need to be 50 to participate.
Correct, yes, 50 and over.
And then it's best if they go ahead and fill out the registration.
Yes, so we know how many will be in each event, and we go ahead and get you assigned. We fill out all the forms, so it's runs much smoother that day with everybody already registered for the events.
Right. And as I said, we will have the registration form up on our website, which is thefabulous50s.net, and they can just copy it and mail it in.
Perfect, and that'll also guarantee them a t-shirt.
Right,
so if
right.
they walk in that day, they're not guaranteed a t-shirt.
Right, so that'll get them a t-shirt and everything. Let's talk about some of the things that actually will be going on, because there are a lot of activities. I mean, and that's another thing about going and looking at the registration certificate,
Right.
is they can pick what they want to do ahead of time.
Yes, yes, you know the whole schedule for, especially that Monday, there's so many different
Monday is just-
activities. But even for the whole week, you can
Right.
pick what you want to do for the whole week, and you know how much money how much money you're going to need. A lot of the things are just included with the regular $7 fee, but there's a few activities that require some additional
Now,
money.
everything Monday is included in the fee.
Yes, you just show up Monday and have a good time.
Right. And of course, the opening ceremony start at 9,
Yes.
sign in at 8:30.
Yes, and the opening ceremonies is fun. We have some dignitaries that come out, and we'll have the Paducah Police Honor Guard there to present the colors this year. And it's just a great time. We usually have somebody that goes and runs a lap with the torch. And
Sometimes if I know some of the politicians, I have fun with them myself.
there you go. Well, they'll be from Paducah this year, so you'll have the mayor and the judge there.
I know the mayor, so we may have some fun with him then. And then at 9:30, the health screenings start.
Yes.
And they last until 2 o'clock. Now, again, when we talk about these dashes, you got 200 meter, 100 meter, and 50 meter, and they are broken down by age and
groups.
sex.
Yes, yes. So the men will run, the women will run, and we'll run by different age categories.
And those are medaled, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, you get the medals for those.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised that we usually have a 90-year-old, at least one,
Right.
that comes and they participate.
And people don't have to necessarily run and sprint it. I mean, you know, you can just jog it or
Right.
walk it, whatever you want, just to go out there and have some exercise and have fun.
Tell her the funny story about that year y'all ran the lady. What you
Oh
said?
yeah, she said, "Wait for me, wait for me."
You don't want to cross the finish line by yourself, you know.
But I think.
Did you wait for her?
We did.
But
Well,
I
there you
think
go.
one year, that lady was 90. What that was there?
I think there was a lady that was 92 years old.
I wouldn't doubt it. It amazes me each year, you know, whenever we go through and we start doing the awards and reading off the age categories and these, you know, winners, it just amazes me.
Well, we were amazed when we were watching Willard Scott do his smoker's age thing this morning. They had one man on there was 111 years old,
Wow.
and several that were over 100, 107, 106,
105.
105
It's just,
that were there that he honored this morning.
and some of them are still living on their own.
Yeah, yeah. I think we had a 101-year-old one year.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Wow. And so the dashes and everything will be age and sex categories, and it's like every 4 or 5 years where they break it in it.
It is. So like 50 to 54 and then 55 to 59 and so forth.
And then we get in, then there's just a conglomeration of things that are actually going on all the time.
Yes.
And one of them is the basketball shoot. And again, everything is age category.
It is. It is. And you don't have to go in a certain rotation. You can just go to whatever's open or whatever you feel like doing. And they'll again have your name on a sheet. So you'll check in, you'll give them your name, and then they'll tell you how to participate in the event, and then they will record your score.
They have the football throw. Now, the football throw is accuracy. I remember they had
There's
a
a
tire.
target, yeah.
That you try to throw it through the tire.
Uh-huh.
And different lengths for different people.
Correct.
And then horseshoes. Horseshoes are just pretty standard horseshoes.
Yes, and this year, since we're inside, we'll have some rubber horseshoes that we'll be using with a pit. Mhm.
Okay. And the softball throw is distance.
Correct.
And then the washer pitching, they're throwing those through a hole, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, they'll have like a little stand that they'll
Yeah,
throw
okay,
it
and
to
the
since
shot
we're
put.
inside.
I
They won't be
tried-
digging a hole in the
I
ground.
tried the shot put one year and decided no more. That ball gets heavier every year, you know.
Yeah, it's heavier than you think.
And then they go do the broad jumps this year inside.
They are. There's a court there at the Sports Plex that is soft. So it's in the back. It's like the third basketball court, but it has a softer bottom on it. So we'll be jumping on that. So we think that'll be less strain on the legs this year
Okay,
for that.
good.
And knees.
Yeah.
And then
Be a lot
there's,
safer.
There's a lot of problems with knees.
then there's my wife's favorite, 10 to 2 o'clock, the massages.
Yes, everybody likes a good massage, right? Especially
Yes, we
after
do.
you've, participated in all those events. You want to go relax and just have a good time. And I will say too, for the running events, there's a track on the outside of the fields, but we'll probably be having the participants run on the inside of the field. Again, it's a little bit more padded, a little bit more comfortable, and if someone were to fall, there would obviously be less injury with that.
Okay, good. And you bring your own helmet and your own bicycle, it says, for cycling.
Correct. If you want to participate in the cycling, you will need to bring your own bike and your own helmet. And it's just a 1 mile is all that we do.
Is that all?
Just 1 mile.
And then the fun games. So, and these are the games that a lot of the older people participate in that can't do the field events.
Right.
We've got the bing bag toss, clothes hanging, marble shooting, cookie stacking, the soccer kick, and golf putting. I told them if they wouldn't let me eat the cookies, I wouldn't go stack them.
You don't want to eat those cookies after everybody stacked them.
I know.
But yes, and the cookie stacking is fun. They take a little long lever, and it's one of those things you have to pull and stack as many cookies as you can. So people really enjoy that.
And and again, it's a lot of fun watching
Yeah.
them, and
It's
and
kind of
being
fun to watch
involved.
people do the clothes hanging too. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've ever sat back and really watched
Yeah.
them, but
I tried it once.
I don't know that I would want some of them at my house doing the laundry for me.
You could practice at home.
Yeah, right.
Set up your own little obstacle course, and you
Yeah.
could practice all of them before.
But and then from 12 to 2, the lunch, and then bingo at 2. So you've got a lot of prizes this year.
We do. We have a ton, and plus we have tons of old T-shirts that
Yeah.
we give back out each year. So
Since we're talking about prizes and everything, let's talk about some of our sponsors who are helping do that this year,
absolutely.
because we need to thank them for their participation. Do you need this?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to leave somebody off for sure. But
Okay.
our two top sponsors are the Purchase Area Development District and the Aging Department of Aging there. They're our top sponsor, and then also USEC is one of our top sponsors as well. And then Murray Callaway County Hospital, Burn Funeral Home out of Mayfield, Medco Center of Paducah, and then the Sports Plex too. The Sports Plex has been really great to work with and allowing us to come in. They're so supportive of it, and they're so excited to be able to have it there. So I think that this is going to be a great partnership for us in the future as well. And then Parkview Nursing Home here in Paducah, At Home Medical, which is up in Draffinville, Glendale Place Assisted Living in Murray, Or Medical here, it's in Lone Oak, and Western Baptist Hospital, Morningside of Paducah, Jackson Oaks here in Paducah too. They always bring out a huge group of participants. Jackson Purchase Medical Center, Oakview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, the Kentucky Cancer Program, Magic Valley Barbecue and Catering, the Sun Touch Enterprises, which is Jeanette's favorite for the massage therapy, and then WYMC in Mayfield.
Very good. And people need to understand that without these sponsors, this wouldn't be possible.
It wouldn't. It takes a lot of money to make the senior games go on. And so without these sponsors, the games would not happen at all for us.
Right.
So we really do appreciate their support and their commitment to the seniors in our area and for better health.
Well, that's good. And again, the dates are May the 14th through the 18th. And May the 14th is opening ceremonies. Registration starts at 8:30. And the ceremonies begin at 9, and that is at, you call it the Paducah Sports Complex.
Paducah Regional Sports Plex.
Okay, and that is that Highway 62?
Oh,
I think it is.
Yeah.
62 or 60.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm not very good with 62 and 60.
I know. It's across
think
across from the new high school.
Yes.
I think it's well, the new high school is on 62.
Yeah. So it's before you get to the airport.
Yeah.
It's kind of between the airport and the mall.
Right. And it's a large facility. You can't miss it. As you're
You
going out, it'll be on the right-hand side.
Right.
So you can't miss it. It's a huge complex. And I'm excited to see how they go there this year. You know, I think like you, I think that it'll be good for the games because regardless of the weather, the games will go on.
That's right.
You know,
Rain or shine, it's
rain
going to
or
go
shine,
on.
Well,
that's
the
good.
people, they really enjoy it. They really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
do.
They look forward to it every year. We get people starting at the beginning of the year asking, you know, when can they sign up? And I've got some seniors here in Paducah that'll call me every year and want to know. And then
When is
got,
it?
and they get their own little senior games set up and they practice
Yeah.
before. So
Tell them that's not fair.
maybe you'll have to go practice with them.
Well,
Maybe I'll
Jamie,
give you the inside scoop.
This has been fun, and it's been informative and interesting. And we look forward to the games. We do every year, and so we're glad that you were able to be here with us today and explain what's going on, talk about the new locations and everything like that.
Well, thank you, and thank
Yeah.
you for your support of the games.
And
We
we'll be
appreciate
glad
it.
to have you come back again sometime. And for those of you out there in our audience, we want you to be tuning in every week as we talk about something new and something different. And remember the senior games now, May the 14th through the 18th at the Paducah Regional Sport Complex. Remember now, use it or lose it.
Can't see as well as I used to. Can't run as far or as fast. Sometimes I think that the old me is becoming exactly that. But when I start thinking of all I don't have, that's when I tell poor me Beethoven was 50 and deaf as a post when he wrote his Ninth Symphony. And he'd say, go with what you got, start from where